And then after the dust storm, there was a thunderstorm too. So one light kind of led into the other.
Ah, all right. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to 1 Million Cups Fairfax, where we are caffeinating entrepreneurs nationwide every Wednesday, and excited to have you here. So I want to tell you just a little bit about 1 Million Cups for those that may be unfamiliar. So we are sponsored by the Kauffman Foundation, who works with communities to educate entrepreneurs, to support entrepreneurs, increasing opportunities for all people to learn, to take risks, and to own their own success. So if that's you, we're so excited to have you here. So we have a mission that's both national, because we have chapters all over the country, but also a local mission. And I want to draw your attention to the bottom of the screen where we talk about our key pillars. That what we're doing here every Wednesday morning is presentations, not pitches. We're looking for authentic connections with one another. We want to learn from one another, but it's not simply networking. And this is run for the community, by the community. And that last pillar, which is that we are radically and intentionally inclusive. So we are very excited to have all of you here at 1 Million Cups. But I want to go through the basic principles and rules that we go by. So when you have a question, we're going to raise our hands, but I want to welcome all of our visitors. So if you are a visitor with us today, and this is your first time, please feel free to raise your hand either on screen or use the raise your hand function that should be at the bottom of the Zoom. Do I see any raised hands?
I'll go.
Please, by all means.
Yes, hi, I'm Vish Raj, Raj and Associates CPA, and I'm a Central Fairfax Chamber of Commerce member since last 3 years, and I hired a new assistant, and she helped me put these wonderful events on my calendar. So I'm here and happy to be here. I'm a CPA that focused in tax planning services. Thank you.
Vishra, welcome. It's great to have you. Any other visitors?
I'm Trisha Ratliff. I'm a visitor.
Hi, Trisha. Go ahead and introduce yourself as well.
So I'm Trisha Ratliff. I'm a startup coach, angel investor, and advisor, but I work at SAIC currently and I host their Innovation Meets Mission podcast. So I've included my LinkedIn profile in the chat, and I'm always happy to meet other entrepreneurs. Thank you for welcoming me here, everybody.
Welcome. It's so great to have you. And Jen, I realize that we're hybrid today, so we have some people in person as well. Are there any visitors in person that are new faces that would like to introduce themselves?
We have a lot of the same troublemakers here, so all good here.
All right. Sounds great. Anyone else I missed?
Yes, this is Seeman Saeed. I'm a visitor. I'm an entrepreneur. Hopefully in a week or 2 weeks, I'll be presenting my project as well. So I have a lot of cybersecurity background. Was affected by Dodge recently, so time to build your own product now. So, but look forward to my presentation in a couple of weeks.
We're looking forward to that as well. Thank you so much for being here. All right. Anyone else? All right. And with that, if you haven't done so already, please feel free to get out your phones and scan the QR code. This makes it a lot easier for us to track attendance, and when we're able to send that back to the Kauffman Foundation and our sponsors, makes it easier for us to gift swag like mugs and t-shirts and things like that. So please scan. It makes it very easy on the organizing team. And speaking of which, I want to introduce you to the organizing team. So many hands make light work. So we both have an organizing team that makes sure that this is possible, and very thankful for my colleagues and those that help organize this, as well as our brand ambassadors and the great work that they are doing as well. So if you'd like to join, please feel free to let us know. We're always looking for more brand ambassadors as well as others to join the organizing team. So if that's a part of your calling or your passion, we'd love to have you join us. And with that, I also want to recognize our sponsor, our space sponsor today, the Mason Enterprise Center. So Eddie Hall is the head of that. Is Eddie in the room today?
He had to step away. He is not here today, but he is still our biggest fan.
Okay. Well, Eddie is fantastic, and we're very thankful for the Mason Enterprise Center and their generosity to allow us to use their space and all of the amazing connections that they have with entrepreneurs and business leaders in the community. So we're so thankful for them. And who would like to introduce our coffee sponsor?
I am going to be doing that today.
Perfect.
NABO is the National Association of Women Business Owners. I have been a member for quite a while now, and I'm actually on the board. What I wanted to share today is that if you are an entrepreneur or you are interested in providing services to business owners, please check NABO out. They have a September special this month, $75 off of membership. You can learn more at nabodc.com. If you want to talk with me about it, I will also put my email in chat. They have fantastic networking events. They have fantastic learning events. What's really unique about NABO, though, is they are one of the few organizations that focuses on advocacy. So they lobby for women's businesses on the Hill. So if that's something you're passionate about, please let me know. Again, check out the website and see upcoming events. I will be going to a lot of the Wine and Wisdom. So if you want a wing person to be there to introduce you, I'm happy to facilitate that. Again, check out NABO. It is a great organization. This year is its 50th anniversary, supporting women business owners.
And check that out. Thank you so much, Jen. So how our meetings work, if you have a question, please raise your hand in the chat and make sure that all the questions are actual questions or they're an observation that helps support. And we want to make sure that we stay on mute until you're asked to come off of mute to ask your question, and then we will continue on with the meeting. And with that, I want to introduce you to our presenter today, AJ. So excited to have you, AJ, and I'm going to hand it over to you to talk and introduce yourself.
AJ is on his way up to the podium.
Perfect. Take your time. We're in no hurry.
So good morning, friends. Good morning, 1 Million Cups. I'm Ajay from BizApps, and today I'll be presenting on Deal Magnet from BizApps. Scott, can you start the slides, please?
Yes.
And my challenge question, we'll talk about it, later. So, first of all, I want to good morning to 1 Million Cups, and thank you, Scott. The first slide, yeah. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to come speak about Deal Magnet. And my special thanks to Maria, who helped me hold on to my presentation. Next slide, please. Well, at BizApps, we help businesses build their brands, effectively market themselves, and sell more. Next slide, please. By putting together our technologies and strategies, we focus on growing their ROI in a shorter payback period. Next slide, please. So let me ask you a question. Please raise your hands if you use coupons for promoting your business. Thank you. So today's topic is for businesses who use coupons for their promotions, deals, and loyalty programs. And that is Deal Magnet. Sorry for. So, to talk about my story, how I came out with Deal Magnet, sometimes back I attended an event and happened to enjoy a delicious barbecue sandwich from a food truck. And the food truck, the owner was giving away the promo cards. I don't know whether you can see it or not, like this one, with every order. Now that's an excellent marketing idea. However, the coupons or the promo cards like this one present many limitations. You can only do so much. They are limited in what they can do. And if anything changes, you have to reprint and redistribute. And if your customer comes with an old coupon, too bad. So it's a constant battle for businesses, trying to print new coupons and keep distributing. That costs you time, money, and distraction. What if all these shortcomings were resolved? Next slide, please. Introducing Deal Magnet, the platform that transforms the way you launch the coupons for your promotions, discounts, and loyalty programs. You see, with Deal Magnet, you can update your offers, your advertising, change your phone numbers, or anything else at any time. And your customer will always see your latest offers. And they can easily place the order with one-touch features we have by calling, texting, or even going online. And you grow your customers when your viewers shared your deals with your friends, family, and social networks. And whoever they share with, they can do the same. So it keeps going and going and going. So Deal Magnet is like your 24/7 storefront. Always open, always selling. Not only the coupons, the flyers, or the promo cards, you can turn every physical asset, like your food trucks, your swags, your billboards, or anything else, into a perpetual sales machine. All you have to do is something like a swag, give it once, and your customers keep coming back to you again and again and again. You don't have to do any reprints or any redistribution. So also you can sell more and save more when you run your Deal Magnet on autopilot. So Deal Magnet makes tenfold impact on businesses using coupons for their promotions, discounts, and loyalty programs to entice their customers. Next slide, please. So this is the pricing model we have at this point of time. The basic monthly subscription for $99, and this is what you get. We build one campaign for you, which has all the gizmos here. We do the hosting, and we also do the campaign updates. And then with this, you have to have the add-ons, which obviously you're going to print it on something, is the printed material, the flyers, or some promo collateral, which like you want to put it on a magnet, which they can put on their fridges, where they can see all the time. So those kind of things. And then it's an advanced version, which is AI powered, which is kind of customization, primarily meant for larger businesses. Next slide, please. So I don't see with Deal Magnet any direct competition, at least I don't think if we have any. However, we see it as indirect competition, where the companies are offering free QR codes. Even we offer free QR code. We don't charge for it, but we don't advertise it that way. But a QR code is a QR code. What do you have behind it? That's what matters. The val packs, the groupons. So all this clutter is out there. However, our approach is somewhat different. Our approach is kind of the technology, the exclusivity we have, and the price point at which we can launch this product, we control it. And since we developed it ourselves, and we have almost everything ourselves, except we go into AWS, we have everything ourselves, so we can easily control it. But the main point is, rather than finding a needle in the haystack, where you get with the val packs and the groupons of the world, it's all exclusive to the deals. Next slide, please. So with the limited marketing efforts I've put in so far, obviously being a small business, I'm also thin spread. I started contacting smaller businesses when I came up with this implementation. And I had my own issues. Then I also went to the mid-sized franchisors because basically folks started focusing on the food joints who could be, who my thinking is they use coupons most of the times. So smaller businesses, mid-sized franchisors, then to come out with, I also sell through resellers and also try to form business alliances wherever we can make a deal. So the challenges that I've faced is the breakthroughs, acquisitions by businesses. For example, we had a pizza joint in Pennsylvania. They wanted to try it out, and all we found out was they were bought by somebody else. Convincing the customer, the language barriers, because the customer convincing is, I already have the Valpak, I already have the Groupon, I don't need you, without ever listening to what we had. So these are kind of, and then in the mid-sized, larger businesses, the franchisors getting to the decision makers is another issue. Next slide, please. So here is my challenge question. To scale it to the next level, I need to have about 20 businesses who could be products or service-based businesses and could be the franchisees, the restaurants, the gyms, or any of these, where I can measure the ROI and the payback period. So I need your help in connecting with the 1 Million Cups. I need your help in connecting with the businesses who we can bring on board and try out this model. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, AJ.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So I will be moderating the room. We are going to start taking questions in. Please raise your Zoom hand and we'll call you in. Or since we have Amy in the room, Amy, let's go in. Go ahead.
So I actually have a retail business.
Let's go for it.
And so
You're my first one.
so I'm curious because you said there's not competition. And so trying to understand what your product does versus, I'll be honest, I probably get between 5 and 10 emails, phone calls in a given week for marketing programs like this. So I guess I'm asking what the creative differentiator is between you and those other.
Yes, to the extent I have seen, there is no direct competition. Indirects, the Valpaks, the Groupons, they are there.
Okay.
They are mostly non-exclusive. You are one in thousands of millions with them, right? That's one of the things what we do. Ours is exclusive. It's working. It kind of a way, if you put the strategies, the tactics together with the technology that we have, it's kind of working for you and you only, wherever you want it to work around 24/7. Like I'm hungry. Give you an example. What do? I'm in my kitchen. I look at my refrigerator. So if you gave me a magnet, which you say, AJ, whenever you're hungry or have craving for something, put on your refrigerator and scan it. What I'm gonna do, I remember you because we created engagement by when you gave me the magnet and you built a curiosity in my mind, there is something out there. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna scan it. When I scan it, not only I'll see your offer, today's offer, but I'll also see your video ad. So those are the kind of differences. It's exclusive. And then we made it very easy. And you can do a lot more than what I have here.
Yeah, question.
So Greg has a question and Melinda, I'll go right next to you. Greg says, is there a website you can look at?
Yes, I have already have it in the chat, BizAppsForMe.com. Number 4, me, M-E, www.dealmagnet.com. So there are a few products we have in there. Look at under Deal Magnet. That's the second one from top.
Melinda, go ahead.
So my question is a question of how your coupons work. How does the retailer distribute the coupons? How do they, I understand how they get redeemed, but how do they get the coupons, and do they give them out when somebody's in their store at the place where they're purchasing something? How do you get the coupon, and then is it usable back in your store or other stores, or how does all of that work?
Yeah, so the way you do your business, you're not changing your business. Only thing you're making a slight change your business. For example, the pizza boxes. You give the pizza boxes, right? And on top of that, you have the sticker, box toppers. All you have to do is replace it with the Deal Magnet enabled coupon, and that's about it, what you're doing.
Where do
So
you get the coupon?
it's like, just imagine you have a sticker, and on the sticker, there is a Deal Magnet enabled, let's say, QR code.
Okay.
That's it. That's what you're doing. Your business does not change. You can continue doing the business the way you want. You can, I mean, depending on, you can make improvements, but we don't say you change the business. Somebody comes to you, they buy something, you give them a coffee mug. You can print the Deal Magnet enabled coupon on the coffee mugs, and all you are doing is giving the same coffee mug. So you're really not making almost any change in your business. However, by enabling your coupons with the Deal Magnet, it makes them very effective.
So it's kind of a purchase with a purchase, or something that you're getting a discount off a purchase when you have the coupon, but you get that coupon from that retailer at the time you're purchasing something.
Yeah, CC example is this promo code. This is without the Deal Magnet. I don't know whether you can see it or not, right? He was giving the promo cards anyway, this guy. All we did is you can continue giving the promo cards, but you see the Deal Magnet enabled QR code on this, right?
Yes.
That's the only change we made. We don't say you change your business.
So it brings somebody back to your store after you've been there once.
That's the magic we have behind.
Okay.
The technology that we have developed.
Okay, so Jen says, what makes this better than a QR code, which gives opportunities to create dynamic QR codes?
It's the functionality that we have put behind it. It's like apples and oranges.
I think we need to see it.
You got to see it.
Demo.
Yes.
To help. So a recommendation would be creating a marketing video or something that shows how it works, which you may already have. But if you don't, I think a lot of people will think about, like, I use QR.io, and there's 20 different things I can do with that. And so it does have some analytics, but not a ton. So Deal Magnet, a big differentiator might be the analytics behind it.
That's one of them.
Which would be an important thing to also highlight in the video.
Yes. Yeah.
Because most of the time it's, they scanned something, they clicked something, and what zip code are they from? You might get some minor demographic data. So I think highlighting what is different would be helpful. So.
Yeah, in fact, I can give a demo anytime, even now. But the thing is, the way this platform, the way I understand is, you're not supposed to be making sales pitches, and the demo.
Well, a demo isn't a sales pitch.
Pitches.
I mean, a demo is just, I think for some of us, we're having a hard time envisioning it.
Exactly, that's the problem I'm having with other businesses,
Yeah.
because when you're trying to build a market which people have not heard, they haven't seen it.
Yeah.
And that's where the demo does help, or the videos around the demo do help. But with the time constraints and everything, that's where I did not focus on giving a demo.
Got it. I think we have some questions. On Zoom.
But if anybody wants, I would love to.
Yeah, it sounds like you got a couple of interested people.
Sure.
Scott, go ahead.
So one of the categories that you talked about being your edge is that a lot of QR code generators may not have the same kinds of analytics and functionality. Could you describe what some of that functionality looks like practically? So if I'm a business owner, I could go to a QR code generator and generate a QR code that goes directly to my website. What's the advantage of having you and what you're offering sit in the middle between me and that customer so that I'm like, yes, I would love to have more of this?
Yeah. So when, for example, you mentioned it goes to your website, right? QR code, you go to a QR code, takes you to your website. What do you have on your website? It's a generic resume you have on the website, number one. It has a functionality, a very limited functionality to have. Anything you want to make a change, whatever you need to do on the website. What we have is the similar. The mechanism is very similar, but the functionality that we have brought through this product is what makes the distinction. And it doesn't have to be only QR codes. We cover every physical assets. We cover even online. So that's what we have. As far as the functionality is concerned, it's fairly unique what we have. For example, changing your offer all the time, anytime you want. You can do that here. And with one touch calling, push the button, it takes you, you don't even have to enter the phone number here. Dial the phone number, the store gets it, texting, surveys, and business intelligence, that's what we are giving you. All those things, they need some kind of an effort. What we have done, you could get it maybe in bits and pieces, but the way we put the things together is where the uniqueness is. And if you know anyone who has it, I would love to know, because that's how we improve. To the extent I have known, I haven't seen anybody, but however, we do come across, oh, I have a Valpak, I have a Groupon, I don't need it without listing. But I would love to know if you know of anybody who is having a different functionality.
Judd Rittenberg.
So I think Melinda's been waving her hand, so I'll yield to Melinda and then please come back to me.
Okay.
Thank you.
My quick question, now that you've clarified things, is I see this tool as something that can drive new business for a restaurant, a retailer, to bring people back to the store. If they have a new product that they're introducing when somebody is in the store, to come back and get something off on the product or whatever it might be. And for tie-ins, so that maybe you have one retailer or restaurant next door to a gift shop. And let's say the gift shop is selling sports memorabilia just for fun, they could give everybody a coupon. It could be a sports bar, and they're sending somebody out to the place where they can get their team logos and hats and other types of stuff. I see it for cross promotions, but I'm having a hard connect with, I'm in your place, I buy something and I get this coupon because I don't know what to do with it. I'm trying to drive it into a promotion function, which is usually, promotions are used for trial. And it's a great way to get trial. It's a great way to get somebody in and see what your product is like. Maybe you can comment a little bit about that.
Yeah, so you can do all those things what you mentioned, Melinda. But then how do you do it effectively? You know, it's a technology we have introduced. How do you use it effectively is what your marketing approach would be. That's where the tactics and strategies come into play, you know, how you want to use it. But what we have, the engine is what you have behind the scene, it keeps on changing. For example, I hope I'm answering your question right. The change is where one feature it has. For example, today you are offering 2 for 1 deal or 1 for 2, whatever it is. And then tomorrow you want to change it to something else. Or today you are offering the food products, tomorrow you want to offer the candies. So you can make a change behind the scene. You can change anything, and that's what it's going to reflect to the consumer.
Thank you.
John, go ahead,
Yep.
please.
Thank you. AJ, great presentation. I'm fascinated. So your challenge question is how do you grab the next 20 customers? So my suggestion is for you to write out the description, and maybe you can, of your ideal customer. And before you do that, am I correct that you're going to be B to C? It seems to me that ideal customer is a consumer, not a business. It
What?
seems to me. Because the Bethesda Bakery, okay, he probably owns a couple of bagel shops. His main one is in Bethesda, Maryland. If an introduction to Steve Fleischman would be helpful, that's simple. But if you don't want to deal with crazy restaurateurs, maybe it's the electricians and the plumbers who remodel or do residential work. And so my suggestion is to really guide us and describe who your ideal customer, because franchisors are different than the Bethesda Bakery. I'll stop. So my suggestion is really define in 2 or 3 sentences your ideal customer.
Sure.
Yeah, a question for you is also, on the website. There's no reference to this on there. I see Biz Market, but I don't see a reference to this specific.
Which website you are on?
Your website.
Yours.
That's for me.com?
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's the second one, Deal Magnet.
we don't see it on.
it's not on, I don't see it on, when I do that's my question. When I do the
Can I see
search
that?
and I pull it up.
Yeah.
I don't see a reference to Deal Magnet, so that would be the first challenge, I think, to answer.
Yeah.
To make sure that it is pulling there, so that.
Did you do the search or did you do
I
the,
typed it in,
you are on the,
I am on the
Website?
website.
Why don't you pull
We
the
can just
website up?
go
You wanna?
ahead. Yeah,
yeah, I would love to.
and
Because
I
that's
think
not-
I can
why
join,
it's not.
can I join the meeting for my cell phone and then
Can I
I
come
can
see it
show
there?
you and walk you
Mhm.
through it, or Scott, can you do me a favor? I need you to pull.
Yes, I can.
11 back on the screen.
That's a
please.
challenge.
This is.
If they're-
Put slide 11 back on the screen.
Yes,
Yes,
please.
I have to-
The one we have, the 1 million cups cut in there.
Greg just put a link in chat as well. If people want to watch the demo video while they're on mute.
That's the one.
Okay, oh, we just went a little too far. One
Back on more.
after, one before. It has the 1 million cups
So it's Biz Video.
cup picture cup. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, you were there. One more.
All right, so
It's okay.
let me explain what I've been able to see. When you have this QR code, you can have it on a van, you can have it on your pizza box, at the storefront, or on product. When you scan, you go into this screen that is showing on the right that says Eddie Marshall Special.
That was the demo we did for. Okay.
So that is the demo. That's how the product works. At the top, you have the deal. I believe that we need to move some information here to make it more clear and separate the letters, all the text. But basically you, at the very corner,
There.
you have a
It's a video.
video. You can include a video in your feed so you can explain or create engagement. There is that image as a background on the top. that is referential to your brand. And you also have the deal. Unfortunately, right now it's a little hard to see, but it talks about what the deal is. What you have in this interface is you have that phone option, so you can call the business directly. They don't have to do anything else. They can text a number that is directed to the business as well. You can be directed to their menu page, or you can be directed to your product offering page.
Like if they're selling many restaurants, I've seen selling swags.
So
They
if
sell
they
the
are,
coffee mugs and those kind of things.
and that product can be anything.
Yeah.
Now, after that, there is again, the phone number that in case they cannot access it on the top. And there's also the share section. There you can see how you can share this promotion within your social feeds. So if you become the ambassador for these brands, you are able to share it on Reddit, your Facebook, or any other one. I'll probably, if Amy was to go with it, I'll be sharing it everywhere and say, hey, you need to pick me up? Their sweets are the best. That way you create that connection that goes beyond you purchasing. You're connecting via phone, you're connecting via text. So you have that ability to connect at different levels and not just getting them to buy from you. So the beauty of this is that the top section will change, but you maintain that same QR code. The difference is, since you don't have a landing page, you don't need to recreate that landing page over and over again. You just need to get a new video if you choose to, and update your offering. So you can have an offering in January or every month or every 2 weeks, or even going with any holidays that are coming up. So that is the benefit of this. Now, if you go with the premium plan, AJ is offering all the numbers behind it. So you can see how many people clicked, how many shares, how many calls, how many texts, how many orders from your menu or from swag or other products that you're selling.
You have some questions.
Thank you. Go ahead, Greg.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you. Aja, thank you for the presentation today. I think I'm starting to wrap my mind around what your offering is a little bit. And if I could offer you just some candid feedback from the presentation today, I'd love to be able to do that. So when the slides came up, I wanted to get some research. So I saw the BizApps trademark. So I Googled that and I found a bizapps.com. And it confused me because that isn't anything to do with what you're doing. So I don't know if you're associated with BizApps tangentially, but that became a little mental cognitive friction for me because I was expecting to see your deal magnet on the BizApps website. So I couldn't find it, so I looked up deal magnets, and there's 3 or 4 different deal magnets that do different things. They're not what you're offering. But when I Googled it, the term deal magnet came back with some other things. Then I asked for the link and I found the bizappsforme.com. I found the BizApp suite, the drop, and I found the deal. I found your page. But it took me a little time to get there. And with a sale, my experience is the biggest challenge is confusion, right? And so I think we've put a little time in just trying to understand what it is you're trying to put in the market and how it works. So I did watch the video on your page, and I thought that was a really, I felt like, okay, now I know the problem you're trying to solve, right? The problem you're trying to solve, I think we're all clear on. And that's because print coupons, once they're printed, they're done. You can't change them. You can't edit them. You can't do anything with them. And that money's out the door if a certain amount of time expires or if you want to change the deal. So by changing it to digital, you create a more dynamic offering. That's what I'm really kind of understanding you at this stage. So when we're doing an offer, what I would presume is it's a better mousetrap, right? So we're trying to do things cheaper, faster, or better, or combination of those things. So I'm curious to understand how your product is cheaper, faster, or better, and what are the stats, right? So I didn't hear. So I got the concept of the problem you're trying to solve. What I haven't heard is exactly how it works. Now I think Maria just a few minutes ago kind of walked through, and I think I get it. Just there's a QR code, and because you can change it on the back end, that makes it dynamic QR code. But I'm wondering if I scan a QR code, so say I go to the local coffee shop right here in Woodbridge, and they put your QR code, and I scan it, right? And I see what's going on for the day, what's available for the day. Well, ideally, if I'm the owner of that coffee shop, I want to know that my customers are going to get prompted when I change the deal, right? So does that deal get stored inside my phone, and I'm known as a customer to them, and then I get updated? So maybe you're doing that, maybe you're not. I don't know. But for what I see right now is I have to scan that QR code every time the deal changes or when I show up. So there's, I think, some confusion or lack of clarity in what you're trying to do and how it works. Now, usually you don't get into the how at the top end, right? You did a great job selling the problem. I think that was very, very clear. Then the next thing is I want to see what your actual values are. What's your actual numbers? How are you driving traffic? How are you improving a customer for us? What have you already done? And my last comment, and I don't know what stage you're in. I really don't know. So it's not a critique, but just my own perspective. If you are beyond the MVP, minimum value product, right? If you're beyond that testing stage I think your aesthetic, the current platform design, may be creating some friction as well. And so I don't know if others agree with that or not, but it feels basic. And if you're just getting started, that's where you need to be, and that's fine. But I think at some point you're going to want to improve the aesthetic because better, right? People want things that are going to attract and comport with what's modern technology design. And so when I scan something, I can look at it and say, is this fresh? Is this something that's, dated, from, previous design models? But those would be my current pieces of feedback. Is there's a little confusion with the brandings. I got confused with BizApps and Deal Magnet until I found yours. And then while you did a great job selling the problem, I didn't quite understand how. I didn't see any results. And so those are my thoughts right there.
Thanks, Greg.
Thank you, Greg. I mean, this can get into a discussion. I would love to answer all these questions.
Okay, let's go ahead, Jen, and then John Frutenberg, and then Melinda.
And we would love to have other people jump in besides organizers. So if you have questions, please raise your hand. I don't know if it's applicable or not, but 1 Million Cups, obviously, we're happy to try it out. I do think having a one-pager that shows sort of the features and benefits, comparing this with QR.io or other platforms that people are used to would be helpful. I do think you have other competitors in the sense that you said earlier, if you're hungry, where do you go? I might go to my fridge. The reality, I'm going to go to DoorDash. However, I do have restaurants I like. And so I do think figuring out how do you compare and message and compete. I agree with Greg 100%. The UX and the visual beauty of the product still needs to be worked on. But I think having a one-pager, having a video showing how it works would be helpful.
Thank you.
Happy to test it out.
Sure.
John, go ahead.
All of the comments are amazing. Wait till you try to prioritize them, AJ, when you sit down and listen to the video. So talk to me a little bit about the $99 per month. And you said one campaign. Does that mean I can put up one deal, one promotion, one 15% coupon, or am I wrong? And
Yes, you can put one promotion, whichever you like. And then what's included in that is the promotion. You have a video. We will include that video in the promotion because sometimes video can be very enticing. And then it comes with which number you want to be called, the phone button is there, how you want it to be text. And then the beauty of the text is when they push the button, they don't have to do anything. You get a pre-done text for you. And then the share buttons also come in with this. We also include the hosting. And in addition to the hosting, one update is included in this pricing.
Okay, so when you say one update, so at the beginning of the month, I start my promotion 15% off. And mid-month, I want to change it. Can I change, when you say an update, is that a different, a second promotion of a second product? The whole reason for questioning it is you're introducing this to retailers, perhaps. Again, I'm the guy who said ideal customer and narrow. Whatever business, they need flexibility. And if there's no, I'm not suggesting do 3 videos, but what would it cost you if you had 3 or 4 or unlimited updates? Because every week I'm in the restaurant business and I got extra liver, so I'm putting it on sale tomorrow. I always use liver because people love liver in my examples, but I'm having a sale on liver, all you can eat. Just you, and I want to change it every week. And again, I don't know how your pricing works, but if there's no real cost to you of that, I'd be a little more liberal in my offering.
Yes, so this does include one update, as I mentioned. Any other update you want is, which I haven't mentioned here, is for now we are offering it as $25 an update. So you can change anytime, you can change 10 times in a day. As far as one campaign is concerned, one campaign, make the changes as and when you want. One is included in the base price, the other you have.
Okay. Jen, go ahead.
Melinda also is waving her hand frantically. One thing I would recommend is as we go into the holiday season, I would recommend doing a promo on deal magnets. So try it for a month free, see how it works, and then they can continue. But oftentimes, I think when you're trying to get something tested in the market, you want to have people who you need to give them something to want to switch because you're asking them to change behavior and take a risk with you. What's your favorite place to go eat?
Fast food.
Are there any local small businesses that you already go to a lot that you could say, hey,
Well, the
launching
thing
this?
is, I've been going mostly to fast food, is like the Pizza Huts or the McDonald's of the world, and they are franchisees.
Sounds like we need
And
you to be a
that's where-
foodie
Sure.
and try out some either trucks or restaurants that are small business owners.
Yes.
They would be more likely to use this. And I think for, whether it's restaurant week, whether it's, again, going into the holidays, I might go to Reston Town Center, take your one pagers, go do some focus groups, ask people if they're interested. But to me, to onboard 20, it's literally like feet on the street and go see what people think about it.
I'm pretty open.
Okay.
Whatever.
I'm happy to go walk
In fact,
around.
I have, when I showed the demos to Eddie Merlo, that's one example. The guy likes it. And he told me to call him after some time because he had gone to the corporate to, he told me he would go to the corporate for some permissions and all that stuff. It's in Nashville. So call him. In between, I had my own personal issues. But when I call him, he said, look, it's going through an acquisition. So right now, that's not the time. But I have another, I think that guy has told me he's going to start. It's one of the Robex franchisees in Ashburn. He has told me he's going to start. He's going to try it out. So when they see the demo, that's when many times it starts making the difference,
Melinda, go ahead.
I have a couple of really, I think, targeted ideas for you. Low-hanging fruit, and I've done a lot of work in the promotion arena, as a lot of you guys know. Promotion agencies, marketing agencies, advertising agencies, they have lots of clients this could work for. I think it would be helpful because a lot of these smaller businesses, they don't have the ideas for the promotions. They may be caught on what do I do? How do I do it? franchises, even going to maybe a smaller franchise or a franchise that is just starting where they want to change the specials. But with a promotion agency, you could have different offers for different types of products that would be going out on a regular basis in a campaign. And with the QR code, that would get them to whoever for trial. The other thing I thought about was it's an old-fashioned idea, but it breaks through the clutter. Direct mail campaigns. Send somebody a mug with that QR code and an invitation to come to such and such place, or a coaster, or other types of things that might be able to carry it. And another thought was trade shows, giving something away when you're at a trade show so that you're going to get people to call you afterwards. One of my clients, they were called Wish You Were Here, WISHOO, and this was in the early 2000s, took pictures of people at different events. People would then go online to collect the picture they took, because it was something these were big events. These were things like you would have your picture taken with a star or somebody or whatever it might be. And then when you went online to get it, you would give up your email address and your cell phone number so that you could get contacted again. I think it's a really great vehicle to use in a promotion process, but you probably need the promotion thought process of the organization. Are they already doing promotions?
Hey, Melinda, just a quick check. We have very few
Oh.
minutes and 3 people with questions.
Why don't we just go on to the next person? I can talk to AJ about this offline.
Let's talk.
Seema,
Yep.
go ahead, please.
Okay,
Thanks.
so you asked me, right? Seema?
Yes.
Okay, so AJ, beautiful product. I think I'm gonna use it for my small business as well. I'll sync with you after the call.
Thank
A
you.
couple of things. When you have a new promotion, is your platform going to send a SMS or any email or anything like that? Hey, there's a new coupon coming out, check it out. And the second question is there a limit? Like if I only want to give out 15,000 or maybe 5,000, even 500 coupons at 20%, right? When they expire, you're going to only generate so many QR codes. After that, you stop it down. You don't want to give it the whole world 1 million coupons, right? Because you're going to be out of business. So there is any restrictions on the coupons?
So far, we haven't come across any restriction on the QR code generators. We do our own. We don't go to third parties. And as far as notifying is concerned, yes, BizApps has a platform. We also have, it's a pretty big platform. What I've shared here, the technology-wise, is not even 2-3% of what we have developed. So yes, you have the notification here, emailing to the guys, and also the text is built into this emailing, sharing text through texting and emailing is built into as part of a share button, including 9 social media platforms. Yes, we can. Short answer, yes, it's possible. The deal magnet is like a hook. You have the person who scanned the QR code. We also have the provision they can opt in to give their information for future promotions. And then that's where we build the list. Even the list segmentation, everything is there here. So, but that's another product we have. But they can all work under the same platform.
All right, let's go with Greg since we're
30 seconds, Greg.
So,
Get to
I'll
Scott.
be super fast here, super fast.
Love your
So
feedback.
Aja, I think
Of everybody's feedback. Need it.
yes, I would recommend that you your first 10 people you do this for free, and you just offer it at your own cost if you can swing that, and invite them into the process, invite them into the design. Go to your favorite restaurants, go to people you know and say, hey, I'm working on this thing. I think it solves a problem. Can we run it with you for 30, 60 days? No charge. I only ask that you be honest and candid with me on what works, what doesn't, and any data we get, I get to use to promote it. You're locking me back and forth, right? And you need to fine tune. And I think if you can give this away to 10 people, you're going to learn so much, and it's going to radically shift your product closer and closer to in line. And you're going to figure out the language and the way to describe it so that you can sell it. That's, if I was in your shoes based on what I heard today, I'd I'd be offering this to a half dozen people or a dozen people at no charge, and then learning
That's the
from that
reason I
process.
want to bring 20 on board. Thank you, Greg.
Thanks, AJ.
Thank you so much. So I do want to wrap up with one final question for you, AJ. What can
Yeah.
1 Million Cups and our community do to help you today?
Well, as I am requested, get me 20 people on board, as well as help me improve, not the best. And I know presentation and coming out, structuring presentation, because to be honest with you, when I started talking to Maria, there was a good bit of improvement, So those are the kind of things I need. Bottom line is we have to sell, and we are not the best, but working together, getting your feedback, helping connect with businesses, that's what I'm asking you for.
Absolutely. All right. So next week's presenter, we have a spot open. So if you are interested in presenting your business, please feel free to reach out to us and feel free to scan this QR code. We just talked about QR codes and how they can help advance our businesses. So I'd recommend you scan the QR code here at the bottom of the screen if you're interested in applying, or reach out to any of the organizers that are here on the call. We'd be happy to help. We also have some upcoming events. Is there anyone who wants to talk about any of these, highlighting any of these specific upcoming events? Well, we have our BNI as well as our Veterans Growing America Business. So check those out if any of these are of interest, and feel free to scan the QR code here as well. And then, like I said, if you are interested in presenting, we have some spots open. So feel free to apply, scan the QR code here. And then, as always, follow us on wherever you social media, whether it's Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, and all the links are provided here in one place with another handy dandy QR code. So feel free to check that out for those of you that are interested. And then stick around for a couple of minutes if you're interested in talking further with our presenter or anyone who is here in the room. So thank you all so much for being here.